Her son will not go back to this hotel in New Orleans, and I do not blame him. Love this one that you guys tagged me in. Check it out, and I'll tell you my thoughts after.
So I'm born and bred here in New Orleans, and I've always had my businesses in New Orleans. Mainly, the main parts of the different businesses that I've had focus on events and weddings. So probably around 2003, my son Joey was in high school, and we were doing like over 300 weddings a year, designing flowers and events. So we had to split up into teams to make these deliveries with bouquets. So downtown, as everybody knows, they have different hotels. They're like, oh, that hotel's haunted, or this hotel's haunted. Honestly, I was too tired and too busy to even worry about it. But I do have a little bit of clairvoyance. My son Joey, he doesn't, okay? He doesn't believe in anything. So, like his dad. So we were the team that day to go to this hotel. We walk in, we get on the elevator, girls on the 14th floor. No problem. We press 14, we go up, we're like, oh, this is gonna be easy. We're no wait. So we get up to the 14th floor, ding, 14. We get off the elevator and we're walking down the hallway. And it says 1325, 1327, 1329. And I see these steps like ahead, way down the hallway. I'm like, gosh, maybe we go up the steps and that leads to the 14th floor. We don't know what's going on. So we see a lady folding towels. This little lady, short black hair, a little uniform on. She looked like she was about to go and clean one of the rooms. We're on our way back from going down that hall, and still all 1300s. We go up to her and start talking to her and say, hey, what's going on? Like, where do we go? Which way leads to the 14th floor? And this lady, it was like, she was seeing through us. She was not paying attention to us. She didn't look at us. It was like she was a ghost. So he and I look at each other, and he's like, I'm getting off. I'm leaving. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting back on that elevator. We go back on the elevator. We press 14 again. Okay, the door closes. We press 14. The door opens back up. We walk out, and here's the room numbers: 1425, 1427, and he and I are like shaking. So we go deliver the flowers to the bride. We don't say a word. We don't say a word, because right now we're thinking, okay, we don't know what just happened. So we deliver the flowers. We get back on the elevator, and there's this man standing in the corner, and he looks like he has like an older uniform on, maybe from the early 1900s. And we're like, oh, there must be something going on. You know, I mean, this is the French Quarter. So, I mean, all kind of like festivals and all kind of stuff going. So we look at him and we're like, hey, what's up with the floors here? We were just on the 13th floor. This man looks straight ahead and he says, this hotel doesn't have a 13th floor. And Joey and I look at each other. We get to the bottom floor. We walk off that elevator. I look back, and that man wasn't there. And from that time on, my son Joey will not go in that hotel. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even like it when I tell the story. He won't even tell the story because he doesn't want to believe that that happened, but he knows it did.
So I understand that a lot of hotels don't have a 13th floor because they don't want to alienate the guests that won't stay on the 13th floor and like make them scared. And maybe this is one of the reasons why, because if you have a portal in your elevator, it may take you to a mysterious, ghostly 13th floor in a different dimension or timeline. I also wonder if perhaps this was something else before that did have a 13th floor. Like I wonder when this hotel was built and if the building before it, if there was a building before it, had a 13th floor and they were seeing into that 13th floor. Or maybe they just like literally stepped into another timeline in which the hotel did have a 13th floor. But she did say that that guy looked like he was dressed from the 1900s. So this is a very interesting one and very spooky. I can see why you wouldn't want to go back. Although I kind of would want to go back. I kind of want to go now. Let's go check it out. Road trip. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.